This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Roll. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news: the Progressive Liberal Party ratifying 5 of the 6 remaining candidates for constituencies throughout the country. Among them, Senator Julian Russell for Central Grand Bahama. The event taking place at the Sir Lyndon Pindling Center in New Providence. Sabrina Brown was there and filed this report.
Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie telling a large crowd of supporters that the PLP is the best party to lead the country at this time. He said the government is working hard to revive Grand Bahama's economy with a focus on securing a buyer for the hotels on the Lucaya Strip.
We are negotiating with someone who has offered to buy them. We expect there to be progress in that area. We are negotiating with international firms who can manage them. The government of the Bahamas is working around the clock, knowing that we have to serve the best interests of the people of Grand Bahama. We have already agreed for the establishment of a $200 million new port in East Grand Bahama. We're waiting for the final details to be settled for Carnival. And in that deal, we have made provisions for Bahamians to own concessions and for those concessions to be financed.
He said the PLP has selected a strong, diverse group of candidates, and he expressed great confidence in Senator Julian Russell, who has been ratified as the party's standard bearer for Central Grand Bahama.
But I want you to know that Julian can claim to be the first qualified, certified accountant in Grand Bahama. But he's an accountant who has worked for many significant international businesses. He brings an undoubted quality to the table. Someone who has mastered the principles of business.
Accepting his nomination, flanked by supporters, Senator Julian Russell said he deems it a privilege to be chosen to represent the people of Central Grand Bahama.
I pledge to represent the need of all my constituents. Even though we have done a lot in the past, there's still a lot to do for the island of Grand Bahama. And I believe in our party leadership. I believe in the plans they have for Grand Bahama. And I do believe that Grand Bahama will rise up again.
He said the upcoming election will be a very critical one, and this is no time to take risks. Bahamians, he said, must stay on course with the party that is resolute in moving the country forward.
The F&Ms are very good at telling stories. They're very selective in presenting and sharing information with you, but always sharing a one-sided story. They never ever share the whole story. You know what? They want us to forget about how they mismanaged the economy the last time they were in office.
PLP or nothing.
But we won't. They want you to forget how they drove unemployment from 7.9% at the end of 2007 to 15.9% nationally, and a huge 21% in Grand Bahama. But you know what? We can't forget that.
In New Providence, I'm Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
In other news, voter registration in the Northern Bahamas is beginning to pick up. Italia Hall reports on the process over there.
Family Island Administrator for Central Abaco, Charles Moss, is reporting a significant increase in voter registration on that northern island. He stated that initially residents in Abaco got off to a slow start in registering for the upcoming general election, but that has all changed since the Boundaries Commission released their report, which states that Abaco boundaries will remain the same.
There are times that you can't even get through the lobby in the office because persons are now wanting to register. And so our numbers would certainly indicate that the amount of persons registering now, it just can't compare to, say, about 2 months ago or even a month ago.
Senior Assistant Secretary at the Magistrates Court, Valerie Dean, provided the latest numbers.
Here at the Administrator's Office, we have registered over 3,871 persons, but we're still in pledging and crying out to people to come out and register. For the North Abaco, we're basically at 34%, which is a low percentage for a general election, and South Abaco is also at that same percentage.
Now, persons can register here at the Administrator's Office Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Revising Officer Kefianne Ferguson is encouraging residents to take advantage of the other registration centers as well.
Tuesday is at St. John the Baptist Anglican Church, Parish Hall. That's from 5 to 8 every Tuesday. Thursday from 5 to 8 is Murphytown Burial Society. And Friday, 5 to 8 is Dundastown Burial Society.
Additionally, persons can register at the Administrator's Office Monday and Wednesday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Administrator Charles Moss is urging residents to bring the necessary documents when registering. He also noted that voter cards will be available for pickup soon.
We expect that everything continues to go well. We should begin distributing voters' card on the 6th of March. So we have the voters' cards that's been coming back, and so we're ready for that.
It's Talia Hall, ZNS Network News.
In other news, major stakeholders mandated to protect our borders coming together recently to discuss the issue of border protection and the strides being made to keep our island safe. Joan Davis-Roll reports.
The issue of illegal immigrants continues to be a challenge here on Grand Bahama. Once these persons are apprehended, they are oftentimes brought before the courts. Speaking to this issue was Magistrate Rangan Johnson.
And respect the persons who have come here illegally, and if they brought before the court, we read the charges to them, and depending on their plea, if it is a guilty, then we actually fine them, and or alternatively to send them to Her Majesty's President on a sentence. So the fine hopefully will cover the expenses of sending them back. But it is expensive because some of those persons are actually coming from Asia and or Philippines. So to get an airline ticket, you're looking at least $2,000 plus.
The role that the Customs Department plays when it comes to border protection was highlighted as some 119 officers are stationed at the various ports of entry here on Grand Bahama. Among the presenters at the one-night symposium was Customs Superintendent Larry Bodie.
We have to do what is necessary to protect the interests and the welfare of our country. And so as far as prohibited goods are concerned, some of them are on the board. Illegal drugs, guns, deadly weapons, plants. Of course, sometimes there may be a situation where animals may be coming in with rabies and all that sort of stuff. Our job will be to prevent them from entering our countries. We don't want nothing catastrophic to happen to the residents and visitors. And so whenever any goods are of a prohibited nature, our aim is to stop it before it gets any further.
Bodie stated that the Bahamas has its challenges as an archipelago, and he's appealing to everyone to assist officials in safeguarding our shores.
Our geographical makeup as a country makes it difficult to protect all of our borders. Hence, there is a need for constant cooperation among fellow law enforcement agencies to share information and to render assistance when the need arises. Customs officers are strategically placed at ports of entry, which are appointed by the Minister of Finance to facilitate the processing, examination of imports, exports, and carriage of goods to other islands.
Joan Davis-Roll, ZNS Network News.
The Abaco community holding the annual Love Rush Cultural Parade this past weekend, Italia Hall reports.
On Friday night, 12 schools from North, South, and Central Abaco participated in the annual Love Rush Junior Jam Canoe Parade on Don McKay Boulevard. Many residents cheered on the little ones as they paraded. The Minister of Youth, Sports, and Culture, the Honorable Dr. Daniel Johnson, was among the many in attendance. He says this parade is special because it's all about the youth.
This art and culture thing is about us as a people, it's who we are, and to show other people how we do it, it is majesty, it is noble, it is right, it is beautiful. And then to teach the children how we do it.
The Member of Parliament for North Abaco, Renato Curry, says he's pleased to see the parents come out and support the kids.
These students put a lot of time and effort into this, and they look forward to this, and so does the parents. So I'm happy to be a part of it. It's a family affair in which we all come together as Abaconians and enjoy ourselves as we express our Bahamian culture.
On night 2 during the Senior Junkanoo Parade, the excitement was no different as 5 groups competed. First out the gate, the Spring City Soldiers, followed by the Murphytown Superstars, Treasure Key, the Bayside Boys, and the Spring City Rockers, all with hopes of being named the best Junkanoo group on the island. Chairman of the Junkanoo Committee, William Davis, says he is pleased with the overall success of the parade, adding that the Love Rush Junkanoo Parade will only get bigger and better from here.
Right now here we have living proof that Junkanoo is a movement, and wherever there is Junkanoo, people will follow. And to that extent, the partnership that has been forged with the Abaco groups in conjunction with the Grand Bahama groups and the Nassau group only signifies Abaco learning more, developing more, and moving forward more into our premier cultural expression. And that's what it's all about. The Love Rush. We want to give love to the entire Bahamas.
Italia Hall, ZNS Network News.
In news from the crime beat, the quick response by police officers resulted in the arrests of 2 armed robbery suspects on Sunday morning. According to police reports, shortly before 4 a.m., a business owner was held up and robbed of a large amount of cash at gunpoint at his business establishment on East Sunrise Highway. Reports say the culprit, along with 2 other male suspects, fled on foot in nearby bushes. Police officers quickly arrived on the scene and captured 2 male suspects, but are in search of 2 others in connection with this matter. Now, police are actively investigating and are appealing to the general public for anyone with any information that can assist in this investigation to contact them at telephone numbers 350-3107 through 12, 911-919, or you may call your nearest police station. A male resident of Freeport arrested for firearm possession. Reports are that shortly before 11 p.m. on Sunday, mobile officers were on routine patrol on East Sunrise Highway when they stopped the vehicle and a male passenger was searched. They discovered a .40 pistol with 6 live rounds of ammunition in his waist. The male was arrested and taken into police custody. Now, investigations into this matter continues. Stay with us. There's more news right after this.